Welcome to day 22 everyone, and in today's video we will be talking about Power BI endorsements or semantic model endorsements. So very quickly, what are they? Well, they're a great way for us to label or apply a status to our semantic models in order for end users in the organization to understand the quality of the data that resides in these models. Think about it like this. Previously, we may have added a sort of stamp or some sort of logo on our reports in order to showcase they come from the core enterprise BI team. So think of it like that, right? But this is all built into Power BI or now in Microsoft Fabric as well. So there's two types of endorsements before we jump into a bit of a demo. You can have promoted or certified. Now, when I go through this with clients and different organizations, in reality, there's no definition fixed against promoted or certified. It's a good idea for us to create these definitions or understand how we should be using it internally for our own organization. But a general rule is this, everyone. Promoted, well, first things first, and many people don't know this, you can't stop anyone from applying a promoted endorsement. As long if they're a dataset owner, they can make their semantic models promoted, and that gives them a specific badge. I think it's a little blue trophy badge, right? You then have certified, and think of this as the higher level endorsement you can provide. It's a green little tick, right? Now, this you can restrict through the admin portal, the Microsoft tenant settings, who can apply it. And I would certainly recommend this is restricted to your core BI team and even a few less individuals as well. And the way I like to promote these two is think of it like this. Your centralized core BI reporting analytics team, they should be applying the certified status against the semantic models that they build. Why? Because naturally they will be the most skilled people in business intelligence, data analytics as a whole. So hopefully their solutions are more aligned to best practice, more performant, scalable, future proof, etc. etc. Promoted can be given to maybe your self-service Power BI champion super users, even though everyone can use it, right? So my approach is usually this. Let's at least showcase or help people understand what this is, and that way they can use it appropriately afterwards, right? Now, another common question I regularly get is, well, what is discoverability in Power BI? Because if you go to the tenant settings, right, you're going to see certification. Certification basically, because like I said, you can only stop people from certifying, right, specific semantic models. So you choose who can do that. But then you have discoverability. Now, these two things come hand in hand because this is all about democratizing our data, everyone, right? So if you certify a data set, meaning it's got the thumbs up, the green light, it's of good quality, you can then also allow the user who's certifying it to click another checkbox against it to say make it discoverable. In other words, when you go to One Lake Data Hub and so on, that semantic model will be made available to everyone. Doesn't mean they can access it. However, it means they can request permissions to view what's in there as well. So again, it all goes back to making our data or democratizing our data. So just a very quick demo. Okay, so very simple, semantic models workspace, nothing more interesting than that, and I just have a semantic model and a report to go alongside it. So if I'm here, notice I have the column called endorsement sensitivity, which we spoke about in the previous video. So if I'm going to apply an endorsement here, right, I would go to the options here, and then afterwards go to settings, I believe it is. There we go. In settings, if you scroll down, you'll go to endorsements and discoverability, right? And then if you go in here, notice promoted. Even though I'm a Fabric admin here, I haven't enabled for this tenancy, right? But I can go ahead and apply promoted. If I had certified approved, then I might just go ahead and show you that. Enabled, sorry. This will be available to be clicked. You can now apply it to master data as well, topic for another time. But also, hey, look at that, make discoverable, allow users without access to the semantic model to discover it and request permission to access the data. And then when you go to One Lake Data Hub, that's when you can also see it there as well. So if I apply promoted now, hopefully it takes a sec. It usually says up to 15 minutes, I believe. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. So I'm going to go into semantic models. Hey, look at that. So you do have the promoted status here. It is a blue status, and then you have a green one above. So I got it the other way around. It is a blue tick, more or less, and the other one will be like a green little trophy. Now, if I go to admin portal and I go to tenant settings, and then in here, I just quickly look for certification, you'll notice I have this off now, but I can go ahead and enable this, right? And that will essentially, right now, for the entire organization, if I go ahead and apply this very quickly, again, this is a tendency I can play around with. Once I'm there, if I now go to workspaces again and go to semantic models, it might take some time to take effect. Let's have a look. And we go to settings, and we go to endorsements and discoverability. Okay, it will take a little bit more time, but essentially that now will be enabled. And the difference is when I apply that, I'll have the green label rather than the blue label against it as well. But hopefully that video then made you more comfortable with what endorsements are in Power BI, and I would highly recommend you use them all. So see you in tomorrow's video.